Hi YouTube, I hope my dishwasher's not too loud in the background. I wanted to do the Hohoho Writing tag. I saw this writing tag when Kim Chance did it, and I'm just gonna try and do this in one go because it is 7 in the morning. I've been up for 2 hours teaching English, so let's do this. Number 1, Santa Claus. If you could ask Santa for one thing off of your author bucket list, what would you ask for and why? So my gut reaction is I would ask to actually be published, but since I know that's going to happen eventually anyways, I think one thing I would love to see eventually, one thing I would ask Santa for is to see someone cosplay one of my characters, because I just feel like that would be the icing on the cake, because it would mean that someone liked your characters enough to try and like emanate them. Sorry, I'm so tired. And I just think that would be cool. Number 2, The Ghost of Christmas Past. What's one piece of advice you wish your past self knew about writing, or what advice would you give fellow aspiring writers? One thing I wish I had known earlier was the difference between omniscient and third person limited, because as I learned about third person limited, I tried to make my story more that, but there's still parts of it that are definitely omniscient, and it's been really hard to try and rewrite it and redraft it so that it's more limited, because there are parts of the omniscient view that I like. So I wish I had known that earlier so I wouldn't have to fix so much. Number 3, Elves. Santa has his little helpers. What resources have been the most helpful to you or the most invaluable to your writing process? I would say encouragement from friends and family. Basically everyone I know has been supportive, and I know that most writers don't get that. Most writers, their families are not supportive, and I'm just so thankful that those who I've shared with are, and I mean, it's not like I'm stingy about who I share my writing with. I'm always a little too eager to be like, oh, look at my writing. So definitely the support is completely invaluable. Number 4, gingerbread cookies. What is your favorite holiday treat, and what is your main character from your current WIP? What is their favorite holiday treat? Let's see. My favorite holiday treat is actually something my dad makes around Thanksgiving, and it's a 3-layer Jell-O. It's so good. It's got the bottom layer is like a white creamy, like cream cheese kind of Jell-O, and then the middle is cherry and or raspberry, depends on how he feels when he's buying Jell-O. And the top layer he actually makes with real berries and stuff, and it is so good. That's my favorite. My current work in progress, so I'm working on a trilogy, and I've submitted the first book to the publisher, but I'm still like polishing it as I go, as I share it in my writer's workshop group that I meet with. But like the one I'm currently writing, the main character's name is Gregor, and his favorite holiday treat. They live in a fantasy world, so they don't have the same holidays as we do. I don't think I even gave them a winter holiday. I probably should. His favorite holiday treat would probably be pumpkin bread. I could see him loving pumpkin bread because he grew up with his mom being a good baker, good chef, kind of at home. Not professionally, but you know, he loves a good home-cooked meal, especially from his mom, and I could see her making pumpkin or cinnamon bread or something like that. Okay, number 5, holiday traditions. What is your favorite family tradition, and what fictional character would you like to share that tradition with? So my family does something really fun and special called the Christmas stick, and that is before we get our tree, because we live in Arizona and trees dry out really fast, and we like to get live trees that we can plant again afterwards in our backyard, because I have a pretty big yard, goats, chickens, stuff. And so during the time before we get the tree, we actually have like a 6-foot 2x2 stuck in the tree stand, and it's decorated and lit up with tinsel and tinsel garlands, the lights we use are bigger, so they look like baubles, but they're just lights. And then a little angel on top. And I love that because it started with like, Mom was trying to make my sister and I, we were like little kids, very little, and my mom was like, if you don't clean your rooms, we're not getting a tree, and we didn't believe her. She put up the Christmas stick, and we're like, oh my gosh, she's serious. And then the next year we asked to put it up again, and ever since then it's just been a tradition, and it's my absolute favorite because it's unique and it just has a lot of good memories for me. Okay, number 6, Star of Bethlehem. What started your journey to write your first book? Has the journey turned out like you imagined? Where would you like to see it go in the future? What started my journey was I started imagining a story I hadn't read yet, and I wanted to read it, so I decided to write it. And the journey hasn't turned out like I imagined. Like, I thought it would just be something fun I do on the side once, and it's turned from one book into a trilogy, into my entire social life revolves around me going to writer's workshop. And I'm in several writing groups on Facebook, and obviously the AuthorTube channel, and I never thought I would enjoy it so much. So it's been good with that. And where would I like to see it go in the future? I want to be published. I want to be published and known. Maybe not famous, like I don't care as much about that, but published and just known enough. I want to, just be a semi-successful author, if not a very successful author, But, don't get your hopes too high, Eileen. Calm down. That way you can be happy and surprised if things do turn out better. So, yeah. Number 7, The Night Before Christmas. What's your favorite book to read during the holidays? My favorite book to read during the holidays is actually a picture book, and it is T. Hoffman's The Nutcracker, and this is one that my family had when I was a little kid. I think it's my older sister's, it might be my mom's, I'm not sure. I feel like it's my older sister's book, but it's just beautifully illustrated. I'll leave a link below, and maybe I'll insert a picture here. But it's just such a beautifully illustrated book. It's got the classical story of the Nutcracker, which I love. I haven't seen the new movie they made, the Realms thingy, because I'm not sure about that. I like the original story, and I'm afraid of ruining it. I like the original ballet, and the music and all of that. But this book is just, I remember just staring at it as a kid and looking at the illustrations and being swept away. Being completely swept away by the beauty of the story and the illustrations. Number 8, Christmas parties. What is your best advice for juggling writing and the busy holiday season? So I don't do NaNoWriMo. I don't stress about that because, you know, I'm working 2 jobs and I'm taking non-matriculated classes at a university, and I just don't see the reason to stress about it. I am more of a relaxed writer, but one way I do keep myself writing weekly is by going to writing workshops with my friends, which actually they became my friends because I was going there. And I do that twice a week. Other than that, make sure you're putting the important things in your life first. Family, school, job. Those are important. Writing is also important, but if you really want to be able to juggle it, you have to be able to prioritize. And that's the key to life. Prioritize, and what you can't get done today, don't worry about, and just do it tomorrow. So, yeah, that's kind of how I juggle everything, I guess you could say. Hey, number 9, Polar Express, also a great book that I love to read during the holidays. What writing rituals do you use to transport yourself into the world of your book or the mindset of your characters? So I love to find inspirational art that looks like it could belong in my world. I use Pinterest for that. I have a board, and I made the board before I had found a name for my series, for my trilogy. So I just called it Apricot and Friends because my main character of book 1 is Apricot. But I don't share that board because I don't want everyone to try and be able to guess what I'm planning or stuff. So, secret Pinterest board. And also I listen to music on YouTube, and I'll just look up like fantasy playlist or something like that, instrumental music, and I will put on my sound canceling headphones and listen to that while I write, and it takes me there. It takes me out of this world and into my own, into the land of Behanandra. And last but not least, number 10. Sugar and spice and everything nice. In the spirit of spreading kindness and cheer, give a special shout out to someone who has been instrumental in your writing journey or someone who has really helped you along the way. There's a lot of people that have helped me along the way. I'm going to give a shout out to one of my old roommates, Katya. Kat, what I call her, Kat, let me read my entire first draft to her day by day, and that was so much fun. And seeing her turn from just like a lending ear roommate to a fan of my book just was super encouraging. And she would sometimes have friends over and they'd want to hear too, because she was able to just gush about how good the story was, or maybe they'd walk in, heard like a paragraph, and they're like, wait, keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna say Kat helped me a lot with my confidence in my book, and she was there when I printed the first draft off and started editing it with my red pen. So yeah, there's been lots of other people who've helped me. My husband, of course, my childhood best friend Westbrook, my siblings, oh my gosh, so many people have helped me. But shout out to Kat. Okay, that is my Ho 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 Christmas tag, and have a great day. Bye.